Well, I, for one, am super excited. I'm getting more excited by the day. In just about 6 weeks, I'll be back on the ocean. Back where I can breathe in that salt and that air coming off the ocean as I'm on a cruise ship going through the Caribbean, and I can't wait. Now, this one is a little bit different for me because I'll be traveling with my family. I'll have my 2 adult children who have never been on a cruise before, and we will have my in-laws. My wife's parents will be going, and neither one of them have been on a cruise before. Now, my father-in-law is a Navy man, but he hasn't been on a ship in 50 years. So it's going to be interesting, really cool time. I hope that it's something that we get to enjoy, and I hope they enjoy it as much as I know I'm going to enjoy it. This will be a new cruise line for us, MSC. We're going to go on the MSC Seaside. And of course, you get all the reviews, you hear the mixed reviews. It's horrible, it's great, it's horrible, it's great. And you know what? Every time I go on a cruise, man, it is what you make it. I love being on that cruise ship. And, I haven't been on one that I say is all bad. There are bits and pieces of each cruise line that you may not like, and you may like better on another cruise line. What's up, travelers? Welcome to Travel News and Views with me, your host, David. It's your weekly scoop on the latest travel news, tips, and a little bit of humor along the way. Last week we had someone telling themselves. And what I mean by that is someone got on a Carnival ship and decided that they were going to film themselves and put themselves on TikTok pouring out their alcohol that they snuck on board while they're on the ship. I mean, what is it about folks these days? We want to jump online and post our entire lives even when we do something wrong. We want to jump on, hey, look what I did. Oh, it's wrong. Yeah. Security had to come to the room, check everything out, and lo and behold, man, you've stowed away more alcohol. That's against the rules. No, you can't do that. But the thing that really got to me was you told on yourself. I get it. We all want to post things. I'm on social media. I like posting things, that's going on in my life and everything. But, if I know it's against the rules, probably would just pass that one right on by. Probably just wouldn't tell on myself. Have you guys ever had your luggage broken by the airlines or anywhere else? If you travel enough on airlines, those bags, they take a beating. If you watch out the window and you see them being thrown on the conveyor belt and thrown up into the plane and thrown everywhere, and when you take them and you get them weighed and you put them on and they throw them on the conveyor going out, those things take a beating. And the suitcase companies, they try to build them where they're going to be sturdy enough, but it's going to happen eventually. Your luggage will break. I use the straps, where you strap the luggage on, where it's just straps that go around it. I use those. I do that really so when I go to pick them up, I say, oh, that's mine right there because it's got the straps on it. And I do that as well because if something breaks, at least I got the straps that I could make sure that I carry those on. But a lot of times what people do is they'll get it shrink wrapped. So there was a guest on Carnival last week that wanted that his luggage was busted and broken, so he asked could something happen where Carnival would help him wrap his luggage so when he got off the ship he'd be able to not have clothes or things thrown everywhere. And it didn't happen. They didn't have anything to do it with, and they did not honor his request. He was pretty upset about that. I gotta get it. It's a hassle. Traveling is great, but when things go wrong, it's a hassle. And nobody wants to be hassled, especially if you are having issues with your luggage. I've had a wheel break. Man, I thought that was bad, just trying to go through the airport with a wheel broken off. But if you're bus and you have no way to confine your garments and your whatever else you've got in your bag, that can be very frustrating. So I kind of get that they were upset, but it's really not Carnival's. I just think it would have been something that could have been above and beyond customer service to be able to help out and take care of that. Any of you guys have to pay to park? Man, when I go to the airport, and I've got a routine. When I go to the airport, I know which lot I'm going to go into. I know how much it's going to cost every day for me to park my car there, and it's a routine. I've been doing it for years. I know exactly which I'm going. I know where I'm going to park. When I get into that parking lot, I've got a strategy to be on the bus and get off the bus at a certain location. So it works out great for me. I have to pay to park. So every time I come back from a trip, I have to go through the booth and pay. When you pay at Port Canaveral now, you'll be paying $3 more per day to pay to park there. Now, this is the first rate increase they've had in 8 years. But I will say this. Since I've started following the cruise industry, since I've started looking at everything that goes with the cruise industry, there's one thing for certain: change. And a lot of times that change means more dollars. And this is just another more dollars. $3 more to be exact, that's going to be happening at Port Canaveral's parking facilities. You ever tried to put lipstick on a pig? I haven't either. But apparently now you can get lipstick made specially for you, and you can actually do it yourself on Holland America. Starting in November, you will be able to go in and purchase your own custom-made lipstick. Apparently, there's going to be 30 different pigments that you can choose from, and different finishes. Now, it's not something that I'm going to do, but I do think that my wife would thoroughly enjoy being able to create her own lipstick. What about you? Let me know in the comments. Do you want to create your own lipstick? And as we talked about change earlier, Norwegian Cruise Lines has made some changes that have got some folks kind of upset. Understand, again, this is something that is going to cost people more money. If you want to cruise the same way you were cruising, now it's going to cost you more. Okay? Now, already a couple of weeks ago they came out with where you're going to have to pay now, I think it's $5 if you want to get a second entree. Now, I know when you're cruising, one of the greatest things about it is that if you go in and you get an entree and you don't like it, or maybe you're still hungry and you want to have another entree, you could get that second entree, maybe even the third entree. When I travel with a group of friends, a lot of us will get the different entree so we can just share around the table to see which one we like the most, and if we do find one that we like better than what we had, we would order. Hey, I want to order that. And you can do that. But now, a Norwegian Cruise Line is going to charge you $5 more for it. Now, not only that, they have also changed their policy on their drink package, the More at Sea. Now, the name itself says More at Sea. It doesn't say More at Sea and Land, but they have always had it, or they've had this to where you could use that unlimited drink package on Great Stirrup Cay. No more. Starting next March 1st to be exact, you will not be able to use your More at Sea package on the private island of Norwegian Cruise Lines. This is a big change, and a lot of people are not happy with this, and I can understand that. It just means another item that you're going to have to pay for. It just seems like you're getting nickel and dimed everywhere you go, and I totally understand. I totally understand people being upset. Now, I will say they did say the complimentary drinks like juice and tea and water will still be available will still be available on the island, and you still can enjoy those alcoholic beverages. You're just going to have to pay for them now. People are really letting them know online as well. One writer said, NCL, nickel and diming every chance they get. That's disgusting. Another one said, your cruises are already overpriced. Here we come royal. Now I want to ask this, because I follow cruise industry all the time, so I see these things daily, and things constantly change. They do, and prices change, and I've seen loyalty programs change. I've seen a lot of change happen, and people will say, I'm not going to go on this cruise line any longer, or I'm going to switch it up. I have a favorite cruise line, but I am nowhere near saying that's the only cruise line I'm going to cruise with. So for me to say that I'm not going to cruise a certain cruise line anymore, I don't have that favorite that I've always cruised. Some of you do. So I want to know, what is your favorite cruise line, and what changes have they made that have made you say, I'm never going to cruise with them again, but then you did. You went back and you cruised with them again because you like them, even though they make the changes that just tick you off. One of the things about Princess that I was not happy with when I was on the Sun Princess is I couldn't watch a basketball game that I really wanted to watch, and they didn't have it on there. But you know what? I'm going to go book. I've already booked Sun Princess again next year. I'll be on Sun Princess again next year, and I already know I'm not going to have a place where I can go in and watch any sports. That's okay, because I can do that in my cabin if I want to, but hopefully I'll be so busy enjoying the ship and enjoying the excursions that I won't even worry about it. Speaking of Princess, last week on the Sky Princess, a 77-year-old British citizen had to be lifted off the ship by Algerian naval forces. There was a medical emergency, and the airlift went smoothly, and there was no impact as far as itinerary. So, good job, crew, and good job, Algerian naval forces, of being able to get in and help this person and get them off of the ship safely. So that was how it's supposed to go. Get in, take care of the person, get them where they need to go so they can get the medical attention that they need. And in the northeast right now, we're having a nor'easter. So cruise departures from New York area ports, from what I'm reading, they're on hold. This nor'easter is bringing some unsafe conditions. So right now you've got MSC, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian Cruise Line, and 2 German cruise lines who are there now. They're apparently going to be remain docked until October 14th. Port cancellations have been revealed, with the ships updating their passengers as they receive weather updates. Cruising at this time of the year is always, you can always run into any sort of weather, and you just want to be prepared. Know that. Always know that. Another reason why you should work with a good travel agent, and you should have travel insurance, just in case you need it. That's what insurance is for, just in case you need it. So always make sure you travel with a good travel agent and you check out travel insurance. Before I stop with this week's episode, I just want to say thank you for joining and hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. It certainly helps the channel, helps us get to where we want to go, and helps us be able to bring other content and hopefully get better at bringing you content. I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of the episode in the comments as well. And that's the view this week. Keep calm, cruise on, and I'll see you next time.